Hello world! I did have an original plan for a video tonight, and it was going to be slamming bipolar disorder. What can I say? I've been thinking a lot about mood disorders lately and wondering if they're a bunch of crap. We've been talking about different disabilities and things that people have, or that kids have, because it's for my special education class. And we've been going over different ones, and we covered bipolar disorder recently. And I've already been thinking about all these different mood disorders, like, manic depression, which bipolar disorder used to be called, and anxiety, social anxiety, all of these. We have all of these things, little broken up things, I'm just wondering, are we all making excuses for the same thing? Even ADHD has some of the similar symptoms that describe all of these mood disorders. And since we're a society that likes to not take responsibility for ourselves and our problems, I was wondering if maybe this is us needing an excuse and somewhere to place the blame, and then, rely on the doctors to give us all the answers and all of this stuff when we really might be making ourselves more crazy. So, I've been thinking a lot about it. And as skeptical as I was, I proved myself wrong, and now I can't even really say anything negative. And I stand corrected because I found the information I wanted to find that I wish somebody would have showed me in class, on a presentation, anything, really. Maybe I'm just not watching the right stuff, or I just didn't bother to look soon enough, but no matter what it is, I did find it, and I was finding things like, there are brain scans, oh my gosh, there are PET scans, and this is a depressed brain and a not depressed brain, and then it goes on from the different conditions, all of these different things. It's actual proof. And, oh my gosh, we can tell the parts of the brain that actually have a problem so that we can treat that specifically and maybe check up on it to see if we're actually fixing it instead of basing it on something as loose as feelings. Because, why aren't we checking everybody's brains like this? Why don't we do a scan when you think that something is really wrong? There really could be some chemical imbalance, and for other people, there may be nothing wrong. They may just suck at life and really, I don't know, it's not that bad and they're dramatic or something. They make it out to be worse than it is, and you look and see, oh, they're lying. They really just want medication. And then it depends on the doctor, like, are they going to prescribe it because it's money in the pocket? Or are they going to be like, oh, you're a liar, and inform other doctors that that person may be seeing? It's all ethics, isn't it? Anyway, so I was pleased to find that you can prove all of those things with scans. I just don't understand why that's not mandatory. Because I was reading on this website that was explaining all of this. It's very good, actually. It's not standard that we do a scan to check for these things. So we still have people going in there into doctors' offices and being like, I'm really depressed, this and this and this is going on, or maybe nothing's going on, and I just can't get out of bed in the morning. I just can't get that homework done. I just can't. We're gonna hear sob stories, and people could be making stuff up, and, tons of different things. And since all of these different mood disorders actually have so many symptoms in common, and when something's going on like that, it affects a lot of similar things throughout your body physically and in your daily life. But if we did the scans, we could pinpoint what is going on. It would be informative to the patient. It would be actually treating the problem instead of just these symptoms, okay? I just don't understand why we're not doing that. And what frustrates me even more, as a teacher, future teacher, kids that are diagnosed especially. Okay, these are young, developing brains. A lot of people, are leading busy lives now, like the parents, and they don't have a lot of interaction with their children. It just is like a whole generation is growing up completely differently, and we in the schools are forgetting to address the fact, at least in elementary school, okay, that kids need to run around. Kids have to do more than just sit down and prepare for the test. Texas, tax tests and stuff, like, that's it. Teach to the test. Teach to the standards. No, no wavering from that. Everybody must meet these things. It's really hard to actually learn and retain information that's going to help you be a person and live in this world when the school system's like that, alright? And, they're, like, recess has been significantly cut down. A lot of places, PE and the music departments have been cut down, like, we're not teaching the whole kids anymore. We're forgetting that we're teaching people, little people, okay? And we wonder, what's wrong with him? Why won't he sit down? Why is little Jimmy throwing scissors at Susie? I don't understand. Like, let them run around. Oh my gosh. Or make up a new lesson and teach it a different way that day. Everybody gets to stand up and do something, but we're still learning. We're still learning how to say A, B, B, C, C. Maybe you make a song. I don't know. But, there's tons of stuff. And I'm going to school with a lot of people I feel are going to be great teachers. But, there's also a large chunk that I think don't give a flip and just want a paycheck. But that's life, I guess, everywhere. I'm just saying, when we see kids struggling in school, maybe we should look at, 1, their school situation and how that classroom's run. 2, their home life. What is that like? How much interaction are they getting? What are they doing for fun? Do they play outside? Are they always video gaming? How's the TV? How's their interactions and relationships with their parents and their peers and their living situations, in this world? Like, we need to know the student. Everybody's so quick to just say, oh, he's got a problem. Why? We can't be putting young children on this kind of medication that's going to level out things in your brain. They're not even developed yet. Not even. They're still trying to. They're still trying to take in the whole world and learn how just to survive, how to interact with people. They're still trying to learn manners, trying to learn when it's appropriate to sit down, and sometimes it's hard because they just want to run around like my freaking puppy over here who just loses it sometimes. We gotta understand that. We can't lose patience with that. I heard the other day something about this one girl, and she has a student that she's working with, and she was like, hey, is everything okay? Because this kid is freaking out. And she found out that he was prescribed about 75 milligrams of Adderall, that's what she said, but it was a very high amount. And that kid was just freaking out. How is he supposed to, what is that going to do to his brain in the rest of his life, even if he gets weaned off of it? It is going to affect how he's developing. Don't tell me it's not. So I'm saying, when we think that our kids are having problems like this, before we go to drugs, why don't we address their living situation, their home life, and actually talk to them, because they can understand. They're not dumb. If we treated them more like regular people, and, anyways, but, my thing is, why don't we, for sure, with kids, when we're dealing with things like this, let's do brain scans, okay? We'll see how is their brain developing. Is there activity in this one spot? Is there something else going on? Like, we need to know for sure. And we need to know for sure with ourselves, too. That's my thoughts. For now. And I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say. So, for parents who are just giving up and putting your kid on all kinds of medication right now, I want you to rethink about that. Don't rethink that. You really need to look at some stuff and get a reality check, alright? A reality check. I don't... There's too many kids on drugs, alright? Get a grip.